Hello and welcome to Oh the Horror. I'm Fedora, and hey, do you remember when I did this? No! 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 Yeah, that time has finally come. Time to talk about the last two Wishmaster movies. Now, as far as synopsis on the series as a whole goes, I'll leave a little linky here to that top 5 video so you can see it for yourself. But for everyone else who's up to date on the show, abandon all hope, because we're about to dive right into Wishmaster 3, Beyond the Gates of Hell. Or is it Devilstone? Whatever.
So, this movie starts with our heroine Diana in bed, having a dream that I believe to be a perfect metaphor for how this movie will more than likely turn out. Actually, this is a flashback of the death of Diana's parents. Okay, so the movie is setting up this character as a torn, damaged soul with some deep embedded emotional scars for the Wishmaster to exploit to get her to make the 3 wishes. Maybe this is a heroine we can actually build some emotional connection with.
Psych 101. Play along to shut him up.
I'm not playing along. But if you join me in there, I will.
Well, forgive me for being optimistic for once. The next morning, Diana meets up with her friends Katie and her boyfriend Billy. And we open up on our setting for the remainder of the movie, Baxter University in Illinois.
Which can only lead me to assume that the series is going to be jumping the shark from its more terrifying adult roots into some teenage slasher setting with 8,000 boobs and wishes that reference penises.
For my new psych paper.
On foot fetishes.
Now, new subject. Ready? Sex in public places. Is it hotter?
Fuck you, early 2000s!
After class, where more signs of slasher syndrome set in, such as the snob bitch character and the emotionally void boyfriend, Diana's class professor asks her to meet him at the campus museum to aid him in setting up their new exhibit.
Diana, I'll see you in the museum.
5:30.
Well, if the exhibit involves ancient Brazilian tribes, do try to refrain from eating any leaf fungus, will you?
So she leaves her boyfriend and walks over to the museum to find that the professor isn't there. Well, you did only just leave class. I'm sure you have many What? It's already past 5:30? Did you just walk really slowly? Well, seeing as you're all alone, might as well start pulling out all the priceless, highly fragile Persian artifacts. After many hours of sitting around, it's pretty clear the professor is a no-show. But Diana isn't done playing with a strange star-shaped stone, which after a little more poking, opens up a hidden section to reveal the Wishmaster's opal.
Alright, now I'm convinced. The survivors in Wishmaster movies are just complete jerks. Because every time we see a new movie, the stone is always hidden back in some statue for somebody else to find. Why don't they just bury it or something?
Or at the very least, send it to Justin Bieber. So after releasing the djinn by rubbing the opal instead of breaking it like in the first 2 movies, the professor suddenly arrives via cheap jump scare.
Fear is a common indication of guilt, you know. What are you guilty of, Diana?
Well, I'm guilty of showing up before midnight, asshole. After failing to seduce Diana, his student, the professor stays behind to continue studying the opal, only to almost immediately encounter the Wishmaster. Suspense? What's that?
Not even close. Where is the one who woke me? Fear, my good man, is an instinct. Trust yours. I am real.
Yeah. That's not Andrew DeVoff, is it?
No, the Wishmaster in this and the fourth movie are instead played by TV series actor John Novak, who's apparently so talented he can have an entire sex scene with himself.
It's all right.
Please don't. No.
The professor makes his wish, which obviously involves gratuitous nudity, which, as in the last movies, is psychically sent into the mind of the Wishmaster's waker. In this case, Diana.
Barash, I just saw him.
You just saw Barash? You need a doctor, Di.
Can't you tell by my voice how concerned I am? And now, to cement the fact we won't be seeing the terrifying performance of Divoff, the Wishmaster steals the professor's face and goes off to look for Diana. The lady herself, meanwhile, displays some very quick intuition, as she has already, in the space of one vision and a single drop of blood, come to the conclusion that a demon has murdered the professor and is now hunting her. But emotionally vacant boyfriend Greg instead deciphers this as an invitation to have a 5-minute whinge about love, followed by dumping her.
Hey, are the other teenagers doing anything interesting by this point?
Where are you going?
Back to the labyrinth. My ass is grass if she finds out I snatched it.
But you looked horny.
Why do I even ask? Right, where were we? Diana got dumped, was it?
I guess that's good news for her new admirer here, who gives her a front row seat as he stumbles upon Aunt Selma here with an easy-to-grant wish.
Okay, fine. You want a wish? I wish this whole mountain of files would go up in flames so I could get the hell out of here.
I wish you hadn't said that.
The way this movie's going, I'm surprised her pants didn't catch fire.
So now it's time for a study montage. You know the ones, the type where in the space of a single night the hero suddenly knows everything there is to know about the enemy. Yeah, let's skip that. How's the Wishmaster doing posing as the professor?
Take Helen of Troy, for example. History has judged her to be a tramp. Do you wish to talk in my class?
No.
As I was saying, rather pathetic specimen.
Well, he's knowledgeable enough to know what kind of movie he's in, at least.
Obviously craving some more study, Diana gets Katie and ex-boyfriend Butthurt to go with her to the library to gather some more information on the Wishmaster and try to find a way to stop him before he can grant any more wishes. Meanwhile, the man in question is still looking for Diana. Shame he can't just teleport to her like he could in the first two movies. So he ends up in Snob Bitch's room, where the only thing that happens is more eye candy.
Typical. One of the times when needless, gory violence is applauded and you fail to deliver.
Nah, instead he just threatens Diana and her friends in order to get her to make her 3 wishes, otherwise he'll really start stirring shit up around the campus. They try heading to a church for help, but...
Father Norton, can we...
Father Norton's a little tied up. A church. So predictable.
Wow, he really does know what movie he's in. Wait a minute, now he can teleport?
Now that he has them cornered, the Wishmaster goes for the good old blackmail tactic. He forces one of Diana's anorexic classmates to start slowly coughing up her internal organs to entice Diana to wish. Which she does. Once to end her friend's pain, and again to... Dear God. Just watch.
I wish to invoke the spirit of the angel Michael to help me stop you.
Clever girl.
leave the cheese counter running from the Dracula 3000 video, did I?
Up until this point, this was just some really crappy, low-budget sequel. But this? Christ, I've seen less corn in Kevin Sorbo's Adventures of Hercules. Fuck, far better fight choreography too. If we swing our arms around and jump enough times, maybe this scene will be intense for a Wiggles music video.
We're gonna shake, shake, shake our sillies out. Shake, shake, shake our sillies out.
So, Diana and the Archangel Michael dash into the graveyard and escape the Wishmaster, which causes him to take out his frustrations on the snob bitch and Billy. Meanwhile, over at the auditorium, it's a good thing that Greg here was possessed by an angel who's a complete puss with absolutely no acting talent. It means he doesn't have to break character. But despite that, him being a warrior angel, surely having him around must be a great asset.
I wish for you to come down here and help me kill the djinn.
I can't.
What?
Why not?
Only the Waker may kill the djinn. No weapon from this world can kill the djinn.
That's not from this world.
The sword of justice will be yours when you are ready.
Ready for what? It's a sword! You stab things with it!
Oh, scratch that. It's a sword that lights the holder's arm on fire. Final analysis, second wish, wasted. Over in the science building, the Wishmaster feeds Katie's head to some mice, just as Diana and Archangel fucking useless arrive on the scene, only to end up in a MacGyver-style car fight that results in a crash, which is meant to symbolize the death of Diana's parents, I assume.
And 2 guesses which one of them needs rescuing.
Hey man, for your own sake, give up the warrior life and take up baseball. The Wishmaster chases the two to the roof of the university, where Diana tries sacrificing herself in order to prevent him from making her wish.
But as we know from Wishmaster 2 heroine Alex, you actually can't kill yourself because the Wishmaster's magic protects you, and of course that would require research to know.
Yeah, so the Wishmaster grabs her arm just in time. But due to this self-sacrificing act, Diana is now apparently ready to use the sword, which is nice enough to zipline over to her hand, and she stabs him through the heart, seemingly killing him. But at a cost. Falling from that height also takes Diana's life in the process.
Thank you.
What are you, 5?
The magic tear cliche? What next? Is she gonna wake up and it was all just a dream?
Actually, that's a good idea. Let me try. Fuck!
So, as if heaven sent, this movie finally comes to an end with Diana and the now unpossessed Greg kissing on the rooftop as we fade to black.
And that unholy load of filth was Wishmaster 3.
The original Wishmaster movies are usually looked at on the negative as being lesser Hellraiser knockoffs. I can see people's points on that, but for their failings, I still found the first two very dark, very intense, and very enjoyable. You get a real feeling of dread from the Wishmaster. This movie? The only dread you're gonna feel is in watching the gobsmackingly bad acting, gratuitous use of nudity in an attempt to hide that, and the complete shark jumping of the rules of the character and the story as a whole. Couple that with the abundance of immaturity, 90s CG and cliches, I felt more like I was watching an episode of Charmed than a fucking Wishmaster movie.
But if you think this movie screwed up the Wishmaster's character, you haven't seen number 4, my friends. But you will. And until then, I'm Fedora. This is Oh the Horror. Save a screen for me. We'll see you next time.
We're going for a ride in our big red car. Jump in the car and buckle up.